Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to some Borderlands. I did switch my controller, so there should be less drift. See, 71 and 13 with a fast recharge. This one gives me very slow health regen. And it does give me more shield capacity though. I don't know, what is mine at right now? 60? Yeah, sure, why not? We definitely got the money for it. That's generally how I'll buy a shield, by the way, is I'll sell the one that I currently have. Just because it, oh, and we got the storage deck upgrades available. So we shall upgrade our SMG capacity, our ammo capacity. But yeah, I'll usually sell my shield, because then it just saves me the trouble of going into my inventory to equip it after. I just sell it first, and we're good to go. I feel like this feels weird because I'm so used to having to like correct for my other controller. That's right, I shot you right out of the air. Alright. Yeah, this is a big location. Like I said I mean most of the locations in this game are big. They really had the whole like semi-open world thing going where instead of just one huge area, that probably made little to no sense in the way it connected, you know, going from like desert to snow or something like that. You know, multiple large locations split by loading screens, which, in my opinion, it's the better way to do it. I mean, as much as I like open world games, or at least some of them, I gotta hand it to the games that do the semi-open world and just like multiple large locations. They're almost always better. You know, navigation-wise and that. Anyway. Obviously, you can have a semi-open world game that's absolute trash, but odds are it's not because it's semi-open world. But yeah, just like the last area there, the starting area, you know, we didn't explore a whole lot of that either outside of our quest, but, you know. Ladyfinger, 100% critical hit damage, recoil reduction, accuracy, and weapon zoom. Omnia Vincent Amor. I mean, Amor is love. You know what? Let's see. Why not? Let's pop it into translate. Omnia Vincent Amor. Love conquers all? Yeah. I must be thinking maybe that's the gun that you get for completing the quest. I could have swore that had fire damage on it, but clearly it does not. So the reason I shot at them from back here is, well, what the hell could that message be? Oh, who cares? Just an email. Is because once we go... Is that already just like a straight up better shield? Yep. Just a straight up better shield. Alright. That doesn't happen very often. Most of the time, a lot of the things you pick up have like, this is better, but this is worse. But yeah, once you get close, these little guys come out. And while you can obviously have them come out, they'll fight the Skags as well. I much prefer to take the Skags out myself and then summon them just on the off chance that, you know, while I'm dealing with something, they kill one and I don't get the experience for it. And more often than not, the enemies in this game don't fight each other for very long. They will turn and fight you instead.
You're about to face your first real challenge. I hope you've toughened up enough.
I mean, you say that, but it's honestly not all that true.
Yes, feel it.
Mainly because of these guns that, like, this gun. Oh, I didn't get the head. There we go. Like, these gearbox guns that they start you with are pretty damn overpowered for when you get them anyway.
Who needs a real doctor?
Oh look, an even better shield.
They're scary needles.
We do have enough. How much more is it? 113? That's quite a bit more. I think I will go for it.
Getting stronger.
I guess it is green, so that makes sense. Okay, so I can either do critical hit damage. This is damage reduction, but only after you're phase walking. See, I'm kind of torn because I want to go here because critical hit damage is obviously very good. And then here we just have straight up accuracy and bullet damage. It only happens after you kill an enemy, but you know, still. And then when we go down here, we just have straight up bullet damage and velocity upgrade. These are just straight damage upgrades, which is so good. But at the same time, if we go over here,
By the minute.
I'll go with survivability first. Like I said, I do like to get the one that lets me regenerate while I phase walk because it helps quite a bit, especially when you're playing solo. Because like if you're playing with other people, you may be able to have them take the heat off of you for a bit as you heal, but hey, my submachine gun proficiency is now 1. Who the hell was just shooting? Yeah. Man, it's so nice not to have that drift. Like, I really should have switched to this controller a while ago. I do notice it does have a plug on the top, but it's not the same plug as my wired controller has, which is weird. My wired controller has a USB B port or so. I don't know what the hell they are. But I think the one on the back of my wireless controller is a USB-C port, which is the same that, you know, a lot of my shit has, so if I can use one of my other cables to plug that in and then not have to worry about the battery, that'll be perfect. And then I can just switch and keep the other one there in case I need it. Well, I'm gonna equip that. I don't much care for the sticky grenades, but
equip that and you'll find that your protein grenades are suddenly more powerful and are now equipped with special abilities. Always be on the lookout for new and different grenade mods to supercharge your arsenal.
The wrong dog. Ah, yeah!
yeah, also he has 3 balls. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go over here. Because while this doesn't, like this here is, you're invulnerable back here.
Eat you when I'm done.
Ah.
Run away!
I don't, oh, did they make it up here?
Barely worth it.
There we go. See, like I said, it's not much of a challenge when you have the gearbox legendaries. He should have, where are they though? They just didn't. The clipper, that's the one. Don't drop it, might lose a toe. So, I don't know how exactly I managed that. But he's supposed to summon 2 armored Skag that also fight with him, called Digit and... Oh, what's the other one's name? It's Digit and something. But yeah, I don't know how I just prevented them from spawning. Because I don't think that it has to do with him taking damage. I'm reasonably certain that it's just when the fight starts, they're supposed to come out of these 2 pipes and fight. But clearly they didn't. So, I mean, even if I didn't have the overpowered gearbox sniper, that fight would have been significantly easier. I could have swore that I heard one do its jump attack at me, but I really don't know. I really don't know. Let's see, 200% critical hit damage. So that would be what, 120 damage if I hit with it. Still not better. It's gonna probably be a while before we get better than that sniper. To be fair, I'm not sure that I'm calculating that damage properly. Because I don't know how much the a critical hit does anyway. But I mean, assuming that it just is a 800% multiplier, which is just 8 times to your damage. I mean, this one would do 432 damage. Which is fucking insane for this level, considering that, well, as you saw, the first, like, technically that guy, first boss of the game. I killed him in 1 shot from a weapon that I started the game with. Which sounds, in most games, would be fucking impressive. But the fact that they start you with very overpowered weapons in the Game of the Year edition, you know, once again, that could very well be why I find this game, like this version or whatever, to be easier than I remember. But at the same time, like when I was playing as Lilith on my first, like when I first started playing it, they didn't give me those guns for some reason. I don't know why. It was the same version of the game. Like, you saw the save file when I switched to this Lilith after the intro. And I didn't get the gearbox legendaries, which means that it couldn't have been that reason that I found it to be easier.
Mine.
But I did get a fairly decent SMG, so, on that Lilith, so. But anyway, that's 9 Toes. I still can't remember the name of the other dog. It's Digit and something. Digit and Unit? No, I don't think it's Unit. It's another...
That was the first step on your journey.
Pinky?
You must listen. Who I am is not important. The first thing you must know, the vault is real. People will mislead you. They will try to use you, and you cannot be swayed in your purpose. The vault is here, and we will find it. This world is full of dangers. Steel yourself and go. I'll be watching.
Digit and... maybe it's Pinky. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that was the first boss. The super easy way to do it, I guess, is just to, you know, start with the sniper and then shoot him in the head, but I'm pretty sure because I did fight him on every character, because I needed to get them high enough to get their action skill, obviously, and then I had to get 15 kills with each of them, with each of their action skills, which takes a while. But I'm reasonably certain that I had that sniper with other characters, and it didn't one-shot him. But maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, that I like really I don't know why it's just doing my head in that his two dogs didn't spawn. It's so weird that they didn't. So weird, but whatever. No skin off my back. I will say they really take their sweet time unlocking fast travel because they unlock it like basically they have the game laid out from what I remember, and they did the same thing in Borderlands 2, where they have like a hub zone. Like for this one is obviously the arid Badlands because that has Firestone in it and whatnot. And then they have a bunch of areas connected to it, and that's like where all of your quests and that'll take place, and then eventually you'll move on. So I mean, like first we have the arid Badlands, and then I think Haven or New Haven, whatever it is. I don't remember. I want to say New Haven, but I don't know if that's actually the name of it. Is the next like hub zone, and then you know eventually you'll fight a big boss, and you'll move on to the next hub zone and whatnot. And then you'll just keep going back and forth. So like you know. In this one, I do believe they unlock it significantly faster in Borderlands 2. I don't remember in the pre-sequel. Until we beat, I think it's after we beat Sledge and get into New Haven, I think, is when we'll finally unlock fast travel. Despite fast travel being super useful before that point.
Thanks.
But, you know, what can you do?
Just some things that are too hard
Oh, it's you again. So you actually pulled it off. Nine Toes is dead. That'll piss off his boss Sledge for sure. Oh, if only my wife were here now. If only I could remember her name. So lonely. Good job killing Nine Toes, but I sure as hell ain't gonna pay you for it. You'll want to go back to Zed and Firestone. He ought to have a big old payday for you, seeing as you did his dirty work and saved his ass. Look, this is a tough quest because it's level 7. And the quest is literally go talk to Zed. We should be able to one-shot the level 2 Skags here with our melee attack. I want to say the next level. But yeah, see now if we switch to, or if we use our phase walkabout there and go in, you can see on our mini-map that the bandits didn't spawn. It's not a super useful because, you know, the bandits aren't very hard to kill or anything, but, you know, if it's available. You did Firestone a great service by eliminating Nine Toes and this reward is well deserved. Unfortunately, he was just a cog in the machine. The real problem is his boss, Sledge. And he gave us an explosive Merv, but we already have a more damaging, at least, grenade. I think you're going to make it real stir here on Pandora. If you're looking for more work, go check the bounty board and see what's available. Once again, a level 7 quest, despite it just being, you know, go look at thing. You found the bounty board. On it are posted jobs and missions that you can complete for rewards and payment. Come back and check the board occasionally because new jobs are being posted all the time. Actually, I don't know if this is a Game of the Year thing or not, but Claptrap will actually message you whenever there's new jobs. I don't remember if the jobs... I think the jobs might unlock based on your level, but I'm not 100% on that. So Scooter, hey, this here Scooter, if anyone are out around Firestone, I'd sure appreciate you giving the catch a ride a try. It's just south of town and ain't seen activity for months. I doubt it even works anymore, what with Nine Toes and Sledge and all the other bandits on the rise. And then TK has more work. Hey stranger, if you're still alive, I got some more work for you. Come see me and I'll fill you in.
Greetings, traveler. New missions are available at the...
Are you the one
Yeah,
killing
see.
all the crap when people ask? The Catch a Ride near Firestone is more busted than my mama's girly parts. Real appreciate you taking a poke at that. The system, not my mom. Huh. Hot dog down to Skag, know what I'm saying?
I love Scooter. Scooter, he's a very weird character. Because he's a very, basically main character. Oh, still not quite. Oh, I guess I didn't actually level up. He's more or less a main character in these games. Like, you know, he's not like a main character, but he's around. They fucking kill him off in the Tales games. Like, they don't even kill him off in a mainline Borderlands game. They kill him off in the Tales from the Borderlands game, which is so fucking weird. Hey, stranger, pleased to meet you. My name's Scooter. I run the Catch a Ride stations and maintain the runners. Looks like I was right. This station is on the fritz. Let me run the diagnostics program and see what's up.
Just keep getting better.
Damned if the Catch a Ride station ain't totally busted. Diagnostics report the primary Digistruct module is missing. Without it, that station won't do diddly. I'd hit up Bonehead and his gang. They got a camp just down the road a bit, tucked away next to Firestone. I bet those sons of bitches took it. Get the Digistruct module back from them and reinstall it into this station. Hey, and we leveled up. But before we do that, because that one is a little bit higher level, and we will probably get our ass kicked if we go and try and fight that guy. And TK here should have
Smells
some
like
little bit lower level quests
off-worlder.
for us, despite his
How
quest
you
being
liking
level
our
10.
planet anyways?
Glad you could stop by. Didn't get hardly any visitors since my wife died. I think you're actually my best friend. Well, friend. I've got another job for someone with your talents. Yeah, it's weird that it's a level 10 quest to go and talk to him, but then he gives you a level 8, a level 9, and a level 7 quest. So, alright, I'll only survive the winter if I can plant my crop soon enough, but I'm out of blade flower seeds. I haven't been able to restock since I closed up Skag Gully. I used to get my seeds from the caves in there while I was hunting Skag. Their vomit must make for amazing fertilizer. Blasted smelly pissmongers apparently are good for something. If you're willing to risk your life and personal hygiene to give a blind man a hand, I'll reward you. And then TK's Life and Limb. I used to be a go-getter like you till a Skag named Scar bit my leg off. I stabbed him through the eye, but it didn't kill him. I had another go after Dr. Zed whipped up a replacement leg, but Scar got that one too. Pulled the thing clean off, and I was barely able to drag myself home. Say, you mind getting my leg back from Scar? If you kill him while you're at it, I got a special gift for you. Surprisingly enough, you have to kill him to get the leg back. There is no option to, like, sneak into him and, like, pull the leg out of his mouth. But yeah, like I said, back to Skag Gully, and when we get in there, there'll actually be another quest for us to do. To pick up, like, right at the entrance. Okay. Oh, you know what? What the fuck's the date today? Is that this week or next week? I'm actually not going to be home next Saturday, so I may end up recording more than 3 parts of this like I was planning to today. Because, you know, I'll need to get my videos recorded early anyway, and I still want to play more Borderlands, so. Let's see. It's obviously been seen out in the elements for a long time. You've discovered a beat-up data recorder dropped by the bandits. The data is too garbled to be of any use, but there may be other recorders like this in Skag Gully. Search for additional evidence and take any you find back to the bounty board in Firestone. Yep. Alright. Really? He survived that shot, eh? I mean, once again, we found other snipers that actually have a higher base damage already. The benefit of that sniper is definitely the the 800% crit damage. But yeah, we'll do this quest first, because it's actually, well, once again, it's level 7, just like killing Scar. I feel like killing Scar should probably be like a level 8 quest, but yeah, you know. But yeah, this one here, because we have the one thing that we need, like our next one is here, but then the third one that we need to collect is actually over near Scar, so. It's generally better to do this quest first. I will say, I think that the respawn timer on the enemies in this game, I want to say is like 10 minutes. It's a pretty decent one. For the most part, it means that when you're killing stuff, it won't be respawning as you're killing, you know? Because like I said, some enemies later on in the game do take quite a while to kill. But, you should never have a point where you're getting, like, respawns happening while you're fighting. Where the fuck did he... Oh, also I did level up again. So I don't actually need to shoot the pups that are level 2. I kind of wish, though, if I'm being honest, because I want to say that my ideal, like, respawn timer for a game is when you've left the area. Like, I gotta say, that's probably the way that I most prefer respawns to work in a game. Like, if I go in an area and I kill shit, I want it to stay dead until I come back to, like, until I've left the area. Okay, so these are racks. They're super easy to kill, but can be somewhat annoying. They'll generally group up like this. If you have, and then like dive bomb you. If you have one that's like called bloated or the feeder rack, for the most part, you want to make sure that they're somewhere over land. If it just says rack though, just fucking kill it, because the bloated ones and the feeder ones, the ones with actual names, they can actually drop shit. Whereas the rest of them, not so much. They, I think they can still drop, like, ammo and money, just like any other enemy. But the feeder racks, the bloated racks, and that, I think they're the only ones that can actually drop, like, equipment, you know? He did not come out of that as far as I thought. Oh. That it? 2? Alright. I thought there was another cave over here, but apparently not. Oh. Another shotgun. I'm actually kind of tempted to switch to a shotgun just for that 12 Days of Pandora quest, but it's honestly a lot easier to just do that outside Firestone with the level 2 pups. Because I think that might be the only nope, he's gonna be coming for me. already. There we go. Oh, I feel like somebody's growling at me. Oh, the pup must have been. I couldn't even see him back there. Anyway. I want to say this is the only one that requires you to get kills with a specific weapon. God, this one here, 1,000 duels won. It is fucking ridiculous if you get that. Like, technically I could get that just by turning on my other controller, starting a co-op game, and just doing 1,000 duels, but that would be absolutely insane to manage. To be fair, getting all of these. Oh no, they do have specific ones with. So let's see, 2,500 with combat rifle. Yeah, it looks like they're all more or less the same. So 2,500 with each weapon type, which is so many kills. Like, I can't imagine getting all of those all of those challenges done. Yeah. Like, it would be ridiculous to get all of those challenges done. But there's some of them that are significantly easier than others. And there's some that obviously you'll work on as you go. Okay. Oh, an incendiary SMG. That is fucking perfect. It doesn't have a scope, and its accuracy is kind of shit, but the fact that it has fire damage will definitely come in handy. Also, as you can see, it says X to smash. You can also melee attack them. And you can also shoot them open. I don't know why you would ever shoot them open, but it's an option. On to the next data recorder. But yeah, Lilith does good with SMGs and elemental weapons, so the fact that we just got an incendiary SMG is fantastic. And the nice thing about elemental weapons is that even the ones, like I said, the Skags were shooting them in the head doesn't really do a whole lot. When the elemental effect kicks in, it'll still fucking take down their health.
I'm really good at this.
Because yeah, as you can see there, I think that was the spitter Skag. I set it on fire and then ignored it, and it did enough damage to kill it. Which is very nice. The spitter Skags, I do believe, are weaker to melee attacks, I want to say. It's not a big enough weakness to warrant, worrying about it. But I'm pretty sure that that's a trait of theirs, is that they're weaker to melee. But I'd have to wait for a tooltip to confirm that, because I'm not sure that they actually tell you that at any point in the game. Oh, see, so that there's a rack hive. We'll see a few of those. But racks also, we actually should see one, I think, in a little bit. And then there's like a really big one that's like an actual boss. It like walks around and shit. I'm pretty sure that's in this game. Sure, does more damage. Why not? Not entirely sure what the Bouncing Betty grenade does, though. Besides, bounce. Because I do believe Bouncing Betty is a type of landmine. And it's the ones where when they get stepped on or triggered, they pop up into the air. At least I think that's... Where's my map? There it is. At least I think that's the Bouncing Betty. I could very easily be wrong. Where are these Skags, though? Oh, there they are. Nope. Oh. Oh. Where's this one, though? What are you doing up there? Yeah, as you can see now, they are getting a little bit higher levels. We're into level 6 now. Which is fine, because obviously the difference in levels... I can't remember exactly how it works in this game, but, you know, the lower level something is, I do believe the less experience it... Like, the bigger the difference is in your levels, the less experience you'll get, but I can't remember, because there's some games that do it where it's like, if you're a lower level, you get less experience, or if you're a higher level, you get less experience. But if you're a higher level, or if you're a lower level than them, you get more. But then there's also some that just have it where the bigger your difference, the less experience you'll get. And I can't remember exactly what game it was, but I remember playing some game, and there was a thing that was like way higher level than me. But I had found like a very cheesy way to kill it. It was just like an area where they couldn't reach me or something. So I could just like pick at them until they died. And then I got like barely any experience because how much our level difference were, even though they were technically higher level. Yeah, sure. Alright, well now that we're there, we'll do TK's Life and Limb. Since it's also right over here, and like I said, the fact that we have the elemental weapon is fantastic. Because I do believe that Scar here is a pretty sturdy individual. Now, you do in general want to take this a little bit slower so that you kill those guys and pull them away from there, because once we start attacking Scar, which is that one that you can see up on the hill there, I do believe he'll pull other ones that are up there with him down. So, you know, if you make sure that you kill these guys first. Did I manage to pull just him? Yeah, I did. Yeah, burn, Scar, burn. Wow, I don't know how you missed. So yeah, the bigger ones will also end up with abilities like that, where they'll slam the fucking ground. It's fucking bullshit. Because it does like melee damage, which in this game and most games that have weapons, like most games that are gun-based, melee damage will fucking decimate you. And this game is no exception. That's a level 9 one. My experience isn't really all that much higher. But I did also pick up... What was the other one I picked up? I don't know what the other gun I picked up was. Maybe it was a shield or something? I don't know. Anyway, we won't do... We will go and turn these in first. It kind of sucks that we got to go all the way back to Firestone and then come all the way back here. But there are some tougher enemies in that cave where we get the Blade Flower Seeds.
Yes, feel it.
So if turning in those 2 quests can level us up, great. Even if it doesn't, we do need to get rid of the... inventory that we have so that we can pick up more loot, because if we go in there now, we're not going to be able to loot like anything basically. Now there should be, yeah, it's over there. Another weapon crate. I do believe that the red chests are like what you want to go for if you're looking for a new weapon. Because I know that there's a couple of areas where you can farm them in different ways. Like, more or less, you know, quit the game, reload it, and then the chest will be closed again. But,
Hope I'm lucky.
well, not really if I got a shotgun and a pistol. Yeah, see, I already don't have enough. So this pistol is only worth 73. So do I have something worth... Okay, so 68, 28. That'll be hard to get lower then. Yeah, so if this is only worth 28, we can drop that. And there we go. That one's worth 73. But yeah, it's very weird actually, where like the enemies will respawn, like I said, in like 10 minutes. But the loot crates in that, if you save and respawn, those will also come back.
I'm really good at this.
And it's like just a little bit weird that they decided to have one thing respawn on a timer, because the enemies will come back too. Like, if I were to quit and then come back, I would immediately be able to fight those guys again. I don't, you know, it'd be a very slow way of gaining experience, but, you know, technically you could do it that way. But yeah, like, see, we cleared these guys out and they're still cleared out. I'm actually a little surprised that those ones are still cleared out. I feel like it didn't, like, it took us a little while to get all the way around there since we killed them, but I'm not gonna complain.
First aid kit. You won't regret it.
I am gonna keep the hive mind around because it is quite a bit of damage. Obviously, it being a rocket launcher, which is not something that you can normally get at this point in the game. Like, you don't normally get a rocket launcher until quite a bit in the future. I'm not sure that I actually found another rocket launcher before Sledge on my other Lilith. Oh, right. It's always better if you don't have to use ammo to just not. But, like, I don't think that we're even getting... Yeah, I don't think we're even getting experience for these guys anymore, because they're too low a level to bother giving us any experience. But we'll go turn in the data recordings, because I think we just get experience and maybe some money for that.
Don't forget to check out Marcus's store.
Oh, we also get a shield. Shitty shield. Quick health regeneration. Wow. Alright. Still, the shield itself is kind of shitty. And then we can go turn in our other quest to TK, and since that one's technically a harder quest... It's very annoying, these guys. The only thing they're really good for is, you know, every time you leave Firestone, you get like 3 extra kills for whatever weapon you're using. Which, once, you know, once you've out-leveled them enough that you're not gaining experience, doesn't really help with your proficiency. Because your proficiency goes up based on the experience that you gained from the kill. But
You're not a Skag,
they still
are
count
ya?
as kills for the challenges.
No? Well,
Well,
lucky
I'll
you.
be the demon spawn of
I
Rack's
only shoot
second
Skag.
cousin. That's my old leg,
Mostly
alright?
anyways.
Woo-wee, didn't account for the stench, but I think I can make it work. Scar got what he deserved. Great. I surely appreciate you bringing this back to me. Thank you kindly. Which gives us the TK's Wave, which is a pretty shit shotgun, in all honesty. It it fires well, as you can imagine, in a wave. In fact, I'll even equip it to show you. See, and it goes da 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 da. And since they're spread out in a line like that, the odds of you actually hitting an enemy with multiples of them isn't great. Now, did this chest close now? Did I really just miss that one? I must have. If you're wondering, I generally do that as I run through here just to get melee kills. Because once you're strong enough that you can one-shot them, it's just easy kills for the challenge. Because melee attacks in general, if you're fighting stuff that's the same level as you, do shit. Like, they do nothing. Unless you actually have something that increases your melee damage, either a bladed weapon or some of the skills that you can unlock on certain characters. Like, I think Brick has a bunch of melee attack skills, but I think the only melee attack skills Lilith has to do with her phase walk, if I'm not mistaken. And unfortunately, fall damage is in this game, so while in Borderlands 2, I would happily jump off of that cliff just to get to where we're going. In this one, I do have to kind of actually go around. And of course, you know, they have one of the biggest dens of Skags right in this zone right there, but this one should still be clear, I think. I don't think that changing zones affects the timer. I think just if you, like, exit and go back in does. Yeah, see, so now we're getting into adult Skags, which do take less damage when you shoot them in the head, but they still take damage. It shouldn't be, well, I guess it'll be a little while still, but we'll run into alpha Skags, and those things, when you shoot them in the head, it does jack shit, basically. I mean, obviously with the elemental weapon, we'll be able to do some damage just because of the fire, but for the most part, the bullets themselves will do nothing because the damage protection they have over their head is insane. And unfortunately, the enemies in this game do know how to lead their targets perfectly. So like the spitter Skags, when they spit, if you're moving around, they'll lead you. When they do their leap attack, they'll lead you pretty well. Their leap attack is a little bit easier to dodge. For the most part, as long as you continue strafing, you'll dodge it. But the spitters and that, for the most part, if you watch, you have to change direction. Like, if you just keep moving in a single direction, they will perfectly lead you and nail you. Alright. Up we go, and then this should be, if we look at our map, like we did that, we did that, we did that. That was Nine Toes, that was the recorder, this was the recorder and Scar, and then all throughout here is the Blade Flowers. So this should be our final quest in Skag Gully, which will probably make it a pretty decent point to end the video at. I think we're getting close to an hour, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, we got a badass here. Oh, that just jumped right up. see what I mean about the fucking, like... Like I said, the Skags, like, any of the purely melee guys in this game, they can fuck you hard. Including just the regular adult Skags. Because there's no cooldown between their attacks, so they can, like, do the jumping attack, hit you with it, and then, like, immediately as soon as their feet, like, if they manage to catch you at the, like, they max distance it, and, like, they hit you with the jumping attack as their feet touch the ground, then they'll be able to immediately then do their melee attack, which also obviously does quite a bit of damage because it's also a melee attack, obviously. So it's very easy for them to just be like, and you're dead. Obviously, I survived that one, but we got very close to being dead. You know, having the badass there didn't help matters, but theoretically, I don't think we should see a huge amount of badass. Yeah, sure. I mean, better than what I got. We shouldn't see a huge amount of badass enemies because we're playing single player, and I don't remember... I don't know 100% that that's how it works in this game, but I know that in, at the very least, the later games, the more people that you had, the more likely you were to come across a badass. But even still, I feel like sometimes we come across quite a few of them, so I'm not sure if it also has to do with, like, your level or what, but... Because I know at least when I was playing as Lilith, I seemed to come across quite a few badass psychos, which aren't too bad for the most part. I mean, there's definitely worse badasses. Like, I hate badass, like, badass Skags are significantly worse to me than a badass psycho, or any kind of badass human enemy, really. But that being said, you know, they're still not great because they still take a lot of damage. There we go. There's another area similar to this where it's in a cave later on.
More loot?
I want to say we'll go there when we get a quest to get shock crystals.
You found a shock weapon. These can penetrate most shields and have a chance of stunning their target.
Yeah, the shock weapons are pretty decent. I prefer the flame. I know that the at least in once again I don't know about this game, but I think in Borderlands 2 explosive weapons are like super overpowered because there's like no enemies with a resistance to them or something, or they like ignore enemy armor or some shit because they're explosive. I don't remember. But anyway, in this game here, the different elemental effects are all pretty decent. I mean, fighting stuff like the Skags here, fire does pretty well. Oh, I got 1,000, lots of shots. That must be for firing bullets, I guess. Which obviously is Lilith, and oh, I think something's got in my eye or something. Fuck. Just like my left eye just started watering like a motherfucker. But yeah, obviously playing as like Lilith or Roland who uses combat rifles, that challenge will come a lot faster than if you play as like Mordecai who specializes in revolvers and snipers, or Brick who specializes in shotguns and rocket launchers. But yeah, the different elements, I mean, fighting against like human enemies, shock ones are generally pretty good because there's a lot more of them that have shields, whereas anything that's just straight up health, fire does pretty well. I think that the alpha skags and the enemies that have like armor, I want to say corrosive does better against them. But I mean, for the most part, you know, high damage equals win. Alright, what do we got? Got patrol SMG, that is not as good. An incendiary sniper, 60 damage, 200% crit. Less accurate. 2 fire. I got an incendiary sniper on, I want to say Roland. That was fucking insane. I don't think it was one like this though. I don't remember what it was. I could probably load the file to see, but yeah, it was absolutely just nuts. Like, it did so much damage.
By aiming your crosshairs at an enemy, your HUD can display your target's level, health, and shield strength. The higher level an enemy, the more dangerous they will be. If you see a skull, you'd better get out of there fast.
So he was supposed to tell us that as we approached the cave, not as we left it. Because, like, you know, obviously as we went in there, or while we were running around here, that was like, that's like a very high level area for when you first come here. And if you try and go over there when you first come here, like 141, 128. When you first come here, there's a decent chance that those guys will have skulls. Like when you're coming here to kill 9 toes, if you go there, there's a decent chance those will have skulls since they're all like level 8 and 9 in the cave, and you'll get your ass handed to you. But obviously knowing that, if you wait and go at the appropriate level with a decent gun, you can go through it pretty easily. Get us some more melee kills. Alright. I do like Lilith's melee attack. It seemed, I don't know if it actually has more range than the other characters, but it seems like it has pretty decent range. At the very least, it seemed to have better range than the one, it may have been the Gearbox legendary pistol that you can get, that you can start with, when I was playing as one of the characters, because it had a blade on it that did like, I want to say like 500% melee damage, which is absolutely insane, obviously. But yeah, like actually hitting people with it was kind of annoying, because it really felt like my range was significantly, like I had to be hugging them to actually connect. Yeah, see now yeah. So these are more or less the Skags that'll end up fighting the bandits, or like the ones that spawn out of these caves, because when the bandits come out, if they don't see you, they may look across and see the little pups that are there. I do believe stronger Skags will start spawning there, but even then it only moves up to like the level 4 whelps.
Off-worlder. How you liking our planet anyways?
I can't believe you waded through Skag-infested, vomit-encrusted caves just so I won't starve in the coming season. That's right neighborly of you, and I want you to have this. Even better, come back in a few months and I'll cook you some of my favorite blade flower stew. So then he gives you a sniper. I don't think that this sniper is a set one, like TK's wave is guaranteed. I think that this sniper is just like a randomly generated one, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Alright. So now we're back down to one quest, which is Bonehead's Theft.
son of a biscuit eating
And let's
scoundrel.
see, how long have we been going? An hour, almost exactly. So yeah, we'll end this part here. Next part, we'll start by killing Bonehead, which will unlock some more quests that are more or less just in the Arid Bat, like in this zone. So, because as you can see, we still have quite a bit of zone that we haven't went through. So yeah, once we do that, we'll be able to get across to this side, and we'll unlock another person to talk to for quests, and we'll have a bunch of shit to do. So, thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next time for more.